Do you have a golden retriever who enjoys playing in the water? If this is the case, dock diving might be a fun activity for you and your golden. Participating in canine sports with your dog is a fantastic way to strengthen your relationship, give your dog a job, and have a lot of fun. All dogs 6 months of age or older are allowed to compete in the sport of diving, dogs other than females who are in season. The sport is open to all breeds from Chihuahuas to Cane Corsos to mixed breeds. Unlike flyball, which is a team sport where 4 dogs compete on one team, diving dog teams are comprised of only 1 dog and 1 handler. Some teams chose to have 1 additional handler to help restrain the dog. A handler may use 1 or 2 toys to help encourage the dog to jump into the water. While swimming in your pool or lake at home is great practice, dogs can't dive into just any pool when it comes to competition. A diving dock must be at least 40 feet long and 7.5 feet wide. The pool must be at least 41 feet long and 21 feet wide. Dock diving. So what is this canine water sport anyway? With dock diving, you will stand at one end of a 40-foot dock and your dog will be in a stay at the other end. When you give the cue, your dog will start running toward your end of the dock. As he gets closer, you throw a toy that can float, just out of reach, into a long pool. Your dog then launches himself off the end of the dock to get the toy and return it to you. This finishes the dive. There are 3 different types of dock diving competitions. The first one measures the distance that your dog jumps. Beginners will often jump up to 2 feet, while more experienced dogs may leap up to 30+ feet. The second is for height versus distance, with your dog jumping vertically to get a toy and then dropping into water. The last variation is a time trial, measuring the amount of time it takes for your dog to retrieve the toy at the end of the pool and bring it back to you. This canine sport was originally started in 1997 at Purina's Incredible Dog Challenge. Any dog can participate in dock diving as long as they enjoy swimming, are toy motivated, and have a natural passion for retrieval. This means that most golden retrievers are ideal candidates for dock diving. However, the sport does not exclude any breed or mixed breed, all are welcome. When it comes to the handler, all you really need is good throwing, patience, and enthusiasm. A positive attitude is always a nice touch too. Benefits of dock diving. Dock diving can provide many benefits to your dog. Dock diving is a great exercise combining running, leaping, and swimming. One of the nice things about dock diving is that there is less impact because the dog is landing in the water and not on the hard ground. This may help reduce future joint stress when compared to other canine sports. Dock diving can also provide your golden with a job to do, giving him an excellent mental and physical workout. This can help him live a better and healthier life. Additionally, dock diving is a fun way to strengthen the bond that you share with your dog. Train. If you have access to a dock or even a nice bank on the shoreline, you can get started with diving dog yourself. Just make sure the approach to the water is clear of debris or trip hazards to avoid the risk of injury. The first thing to do is to get your dog used to jump into the water. Just lead your dog to the edge of the dock or shore, toss a favorite toy into the water, and encourage your dog to jump in. See how. After your dog is comfortable with jumping in, move him back to a starting point 6 feet from the edge of the water, while you remain at the edge to throw the toy. If he can stay on his own, you can do this alone, but if he has trouble waiting, you might want to enlist a friend to hold him until you say it's okay to jump. As your dog gets more and more comfortable, move him further and further back from the edge of the water. Distance jumping. In distance jumping, a dog is simply scored on how far he or she jumps into the water. The distance is measured from the end of the dock to the base of the dog's tail when it breaks water. Air retrieve. In air retrieve, dogs must jump for a bumper, which hangs in the middle of the dock's width, 2 feet above the dock. The goal is for the dog to either grab or completely remove the bumper from the apparatus. Each dog will get 2 attempts at knocking down the bumper at each distance. The dog to knock down the bumper at the farthest distance wins. Tips for dock diving toys. Avoid toys that force your dog to open his mouth too wide and swallow too much water as he swims back. Mize notes. To get your pup excited about whichever toy you choose, Mize recommends saving them for dock diving events only. That's what he does with his 3 dock diving dogs. When they see those toys, they're super excited. They know, oh, we're going jumping today. It kind of sets their mind, he says. One of his dogs loves grabbing the flappy strings of the Kong Wet Wubba dog toy. Curious to see if your pooch can become a dock diving water dog? NAD events frequently have tryouts where you and your dog have a couple of turns at the dock with a coach. The coach will get your dog going down the ramp and jumping into the water, and you'll be able to tell if your dog, and you, will be into it. Just make sure to always give your pup's ears a good cleaning after any water activities in order to avoid ear infections. Tips from competition veterans. Brianna Minshew is a staff supervisor at the Georgia Dog Gym in Rome, Georgia. She also competes in the diving dog competition with Knox, her 4-year-old border collie. The team took first place in the 2014 Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge Eastern Regionals. While athletic ability is important, she says the most important element for getting started is good obedience. My advice for those wanting to get into the sport of dock diving is to start off with a basic obedience class so the dog can learn to sit down and/or stay on the dock, said Minshew. She adds, they also need to learn to track and retrieve a toy. What I believe is the most important is to find a local facility that has a pool and get proper instruction and safety tips for the dock and also to have fun with your dog.
J. D. and Ronald McKnight got Storie, their black Labrador retriever, started in the sport after seeing competition on TV.
The team recently placed third in the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge National Finals with a jump of 32.4. While there's a desire to progress as rapidly as possible, J. D. McKnight preaches the virtues of taking one's time. The dog might be able to swim and jump right away, he said, but getting the focus to use the dock properly and track the toy takes time, practice, and patience. Earning titles. Yes, you can earn titles. There are several different clubs for dock diving worldwide that will offer an assortment of titles. Find a regional or national club near you, so that you can start earning dock diving titles or find a dock diving training class. Related sport. The fetch it competition is similar to diving dog except the dog must knock a bumper that is suspended above the water. The dogs run off the dock and try to retrieve or knock down the bumper that is hung 4 above the water. The initial distance is usually about 18 and then is moved out in 1 increments. Each competitor receives 2 tries at each distance and is eliminated if they miss both times. The dog who knocks the bumper down at a farther distance is named the winner. Getting started. There are a number of ways to start training your dog in these water sports. Find a club. There are clubs and dog gyms all over the country with facilities and knowledgeable staff. Just do a quick search online to locate one nearest you. Network. Another great place to begin is by networking through your local breed-affiliated club. Go to the lake. If you have access to a dock or even a nice bank on the shoreline, you can get started with this on your own. Just make sure the approach is clear of debris or trip hazards to avoid the risk of injury. Like any dog competition, it's important to have fun. And while your dog may not have the physical makeup to set a world record, it's an amazing journey to watch him or her maximize the potential inside. Before getting started, remember that you should always consult your veterinarian to ensure your dog is fit for exercise. And make sure to fuel your incredible dog with advanced nutrition that will help them be their best. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.